punch me in the face. It was awesome.
Well, just to emphasize, the kind of day I'm having, literally as I was about to click go live, like with the microphone, my ring light fell on me and sliced my arm open. So, ow. I mean, sliced is a strong word. Like, I'm fine. It's a graze. It's fine. But it bloody hurt. Thank you. Yeah, so since OBS updated yesterday, all the text and boxes and things got all big. It now looks like it did the day before yesterday, but for some reason my stream info doc has just vanished off the planet and won't come back. Which isn't a big deal. Because I can just edit stream info on Twitch itself, but it was just, yeah, so everything's all weird and wonky for no reason. More of a ring heavy than a ring light then. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. Like, it's safely balanced, very safely, like, flat, it's not wobbly or anything like that. It's been up there for months. I don't know why it suddenly decided today was the day it was going to try and kill me. Oh, I'm just glad because it's plugged in. Is it plugged in? I don't think it is plugged in, actually. I was worried it was going to take the PC with it, but it's not plugged in, so it's fine. Hey, Jay, welcome in. Anyway, hello, Rupert. Hey, Carter. Hey, Garth. Lovely to see you all. I hope you're doing well. So that's why I'm having a bit of a slow start today, because I was trying to sort OBS out and other stuff, and my back just doesn't want to exist today. But we're good. We're good. Oops, sorry about that. Oh. What? Fuck's sake. Yes. Sorry, I just tried to do your command, AJ, and even though I can see the chat, obviously, because I'm responding to it, apparently I now have to log in. It's just fucking logged me out for some reason. So let me do that. Nobody, like, count my keystrokes and figure out my password or anything, because I don't even know what my password is anyway, so we'll see. It's probably gonna take a few attempts, yeah. Oh, now we're doing a code on the phone. Active voice, I'm in. Yeah, except I'm not. And there's my stream doc back again. Thank you very much. Why did you do that to me? Yeah, I was gonna log in first, because obviously, you know, the stream information's vanished. Maybe Twitch has logged me out or something. But everything was saying I was logged in. It was just when I actually tried to type in chat, it suddenly was like, no. Never mind. I'm glad that's fixed. I wish I'd tried to chat earlier and this would have been fixed ages ago. Wishing that UPS hired drivers that understood how maps, addresses and roads work, but other than that I'm okay. That is a mood. Yes. I also wish that they understood that leaving packages on my door, just like leaning against the door, is not a quote-unquote safe place. They think it is because it's like, I live above a shop, so they think that like no one's gonna come up here apart from people who live here, which A, doesn't mean nobody's gonna nick it, but whatever, and B, also, there is a business up here, so actually we get a surprising amount of foot traffic, so it's not a safe place at all. And it's really annoying. Melly is great, 1, 2, 3, gotcha. No! My password! Obviously it's boobs, boobs, boobs. No, that's yours. Oh. Well, now we're even. Mutually assured destruction, Goth. You use my password, I use yours, bitch. I wish delivery people would learn that the recycle bin is not a safe place either. Yes, also this. I have noticed, and I can't quite decide how I feel about it. Epic boobage 420, oh my god. Nowadays, if nobody answers the door, which they never do because I can't get to the door in time, I do try sometimes if I'm already up and dressed and stuff, I'll try and get there in time, but I just can't, because they don't hang about, you know. And nobody else answers the door, because I don't know why, they just don't care if it's not for them, I guess. If nobody answers the door, sometimes now they will just throw it through a bedroom window that's next to the door, because it's usually open. But, like, I live in, like, a, you know, a house share, so just because that window's open doesn't mean that that person is the one receiving the package. I mean, thankfully, you know, he's very good about putting them in the living room, but, living in the hallway, but he could very easily just keep them and we'd never know. Password swinging in my head. I think that I give a mate of mine who works in info like several aneurysms. Does that mean that... No, the window is next to the door. It's the same level. Because, you know, in London no one has living rooms because they've all been changed into bedrooms to charge more rent on more people. So technically I guess that's probably where the living room was. So yeah, so if you imagine like front door, living room, it's now a bedroom, yeah. Yeah, they're not just taking a run up and yeeting it through the first floor. That would have been amazing, honestly. But no. No. I think I'd have more respect if they were doing that. No, they're just throwing it through, bowling over up through the window. Only FedEx does that. Yeah, and we don't really get FedEx packages, so maybe that's the problem. It's about a week trying to find my packages. FT? 2 different groups of housemates, of which none actually answered in useful ways. That's really helpful. Oh, featuring, sorry, yes. It capitalized it, so my brain just didn't read it as that. I get you. Here's your package, kicks into window. I mean, we've all seen videos of that actually happening, right? Basketball 3-point contest with the living room window. Is that more every? Do not mention every when Mel gets home. Do not. Just do not, okay? Do not. Parcel should be delivered soon from outside. I mean, I get that it's a pain, because, like, obviously they're working a 9 to 5, like most people, so when they're knocking on the door, most people aren't in. Like, that's really annoying, and I understand that, so they don't hang about, but it's just, they're gone so quick. I just cannot get to the door in time. Remember the heart attacks people got when the PS5 pre-orders and stuff? People fought over, were delivered by it. Oh my god, we're delivered by every, that's, yeah, no. Every are okay around here. They actually hired someone who knows the area. UPS are the worst here, very closely followed by DPD. I think Amazon are probably the best here, which is a shame because, you know, it's Amazon. Every is Hermes. They've rebranded, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, thank you, Goff. But other than that, they're pretty much all shit here. DPD are awful, Every is awful, Royal Mail is awful. It's 2 schools with 6 people per school, temporary renting, so I had waited the whole day at the door to get it. I missed it, so it was given to the other location. When I checked, they didn't answer. One of my own housemates ended up getting the package, but hadn't told it to me. I ended up getting it literally a week later. Oh my god, that's so annoying. DPD are the MVPs here. They're alright, I guess. And yeah, Amazon is hit and miss here. Wow. Yodel is the worst. Yeah, also that. Amazon broke the only package I ever ordered with them. Great. Yeah, I remember once, a couple of years ago now, when I got a delivery from Royal Mail, sorry. Um, where I used to live, it was like a flat, and then next to the front door there was like a utility door, I guess, which was locked, but for some reason he broke the lock, opened the door, put my package in there, closed it again, like wedged it shut so it looked like it was still locked, and then didn't leave a red card, you know, like a sorry I missed you, your delivery's here or whatever. I remember this story, yeah. So it was there for months, you know, and I was contacting Royal Mail and they're like, oh, well, it's delivered. Have you checked with your neighbours and stuff like that? I was like, yeah, I've checked with fucking everybody. It's not here. And then it turned out it was in there because he just decided to, like, break into my house a little bit and not tell anyone. So what I think must have happened is he did it and then realised that he probably shouldn't have done that. So he didn't leave a red card as, like, evidence that he broke in, maybe? I don't fucking know. Yeah, I can believe it when I found it completely accidentally when I was, like, looking for the gas meter or something, I think, months later. I was like, oh, there's my fucking package. Ridiculous. Roanoke 4 was so bad it took 4 people to decipher. Yeah, also that's always fun. DP delivery where they said, we tried delivering but you weren't in, we left a note, and the photo they took of the front door showed a house on the other side of the street, not even in my block. Great. But it's kind of funny that Post NL are far more reliable delivering to the UK when in the than in the country they actually work in. Yeah. Thankfully I got into customer services, delivery driver got shouted at, I assume they delivered it a few hours later. Nice. More like red flag, honestly. Good thing it wasn't perishable. Yeah, it was a poster, thankfully. But, like, I mean, it wasn't a... You know, it was like a utility closet shed type thing. It wasn't, like, waterproof. It was, like, dank in there. So, even the poster eventually would have been disgusting. So I'm glad I got it in time. Post NL is a 9 to 5 thing, but if you go overtime, you don't get paid overtime. Is that legal? That's disgusting. God, wage theft. Do not get me started on wage theft. I mean, I'm sure you all know it's like... Oh, just makes me so angry. I'm not going to go into it because I'm going to be like, yeah. Dank and not in the meme way. Exactly. Oh, God. They got told, yeah, you can totally do this in X amount of time, and they have to. Wow. Wow, that sucks. But what if there's, like, you know, might not always be possible on a good day, but what if there's, like, a massive car accident or something on the road and they can't get through? Or, you know, what if something huge happens and they can't do it in time? Regardless of whether it was possible before anyway. That's ridiculous. The walking ones get paid for the time they work. Ironically, I've just got a notification for delivery of model cars. Oh no, we've totally jinxed that, sorry. Oh man, yeah, my dad had Amazon are good here, but my dad had a lot of issues with them where over and over again, because his wife is disabled, so she orders a lot of stuff online, because, you know, what else is she gonna do all fucking day, you know? Over and over and over again, they would deliver to just, like, a completely wrong address, because the sat-nav was wrong, I think. So the drivers were looking at the sat-nav going, oh, this is the address, and it was not even close. It was like within a 2-mile radius, but that was about as good as you can say, you know, from the actual address. So they'd take pictures of the front door, you know, they'd deliver the parcel by putting it in the wheelie bins there, and over again, my dad was like, that is not our house. That is not our address. The sat-nav doesn't work. Please do not use the sat-navs. And Amazon consistently would be like, well, the package is delivered. I don't know what you're talking about. Here's a picture of proof that it's been delivered. And my dad's like, that's still not my house. I do not live... Oh, it went on for fucking months. It seems to be fine now, but I don't know... Like, the trust to keep trying to order from them. Oh my gosh. We get deliveries for a similarly named address all the time. Yeah, I lost a lot of addresses, of packages when I lived in Howden. I used to live at 5 Holly Terrace, right? And a mile away there was another town that also had a 5 Holly Terrace. Where Crescent their terrace, yeah. The difference, apart from the postcode, the difference in the address was literally one line. So their address would be like 5 Holly Terrace, their town, you know, city, postcode. Whereas mine was 5 Holly Terrace, my town, their town, city, postcode or whatever. So it literally had their town on my address. It just had like an extra line in the middle with my town in it. And the amount of shit that just went to their house. They never fucking gave it to us. They stole our Wi-Fi router once. Like, what the fuck, man? Our entire close is the same postcode, but it becomes a different road halfway down, and there's another house with the same number as mine in that second part of the close. The amount of takeaways I've had delivered here, and I'm like, much as I want to accept this, it's not for me. Oh no, that's the worst. Yeah, I mean, you know, as shitty as delivery companies are and as crappy as they are, sometimes British addresses do not help them in any way. Anyway, I have had this typed for the whole time since I tried to log in, so here you go. Oh man. Anyway, should we play some games? Should we do some games? Good old Jonathan Pierce announcing me to Hawk streams. I mean, honestly, I thought that would make you happy. You know, it makes me happy. I love his voice. Some video games. Hey, Duchess, welcome in. How you doing, friend? Go away. Fucking pop-ups. Oh my gosh. You working? Are you showing the screen now? Thank you. Doing very well, very sleepy. You know what I'm gonna do, Duchess? Which is probably gonna annoy you. I'm gonna share the clip I took of your stream last night because it amused me greatly. If anyone's wearing headphones, you might want to turn them down before you listen to this. You haven't even watched it yet? Oh, it's so good. It's such a good clip. Crash Bandicoot trains, race cars, and robot wars. You managed to cover 4 of my special interests in one go. Hey, I'm glad you like it. That's all I can say. I do try to cover at least 2 topics that people are actually interested in, or that people will enjoy or relate to, or whatever. But yeah, God, please. It's such a good clip. Once again, I will be texting my friend through this, just because, yeah, it's an ongoing thing that's going to take a little while to heal from, so I just want to be there, you know? Hey, Raven, welcome in! Welcome in. How you doing, friend? You haven't missed anything today. We're literally just about to start, so... Right, let's see what we got on Tomato Chill. Oh, it is still Tomato Chi, I think. I think those are exclamation points. I thought those were L's this whole freaking time. Tomodachi, that's so much easier to say. Oh my gosh. No, those are definitely L's there, right? Huh. Now I'm confused. Oh. No delivery today. And almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games is just staggering. True. Top of the morning to y'all. Hungover but feeling awesome? Huh. Y'all always has her secrets. Someone's been watching Game of Thrones. It's stylized. Okay, so it is meant to be L's? Just tired. That's a mood. I feel that. I am also sleepy. Ah, Ray just followed me on Twitter. Rude. On the top of the Ferris wheel. I'm not scared. Yes, I am. It was so good. That clip is a mood. It was such a good moment, Duchess. Alright. It was finally our turn to ride the Ferris wheel. She grabbed my hand tight, excitedly pulling me into the faded pink gondola. Her small hand felt cold on my skin. Before it was warm. The slightest touch of it used to warm my universe, used to excite me. When she pulled me into the seat beside her, it felt cold. I knew I was the one who had changed. I was the one who could no longer feel her warmth. The Ferris wheel finally moved. We stared at the lake beside the wheel as we went upward slowly. Ferris wheel is amazing, right? I feel like it's taking us to a world separate from our own. A world just for the two of us, Began a conversation. I replied with a faint smile. Hey, pretty boy. Want in on a secret? I love you. The smile was so sincere, painful to receive those words. I didn't say anything. I couldn't say anything. She didn't wait for a reply. A long silence passed as she turned back to the scenery laid on the other side of the window. I knew she was hiding her face from me. Ferris wheel was halfway to the top now, still climbing ever so slowly. I tried to find the words I wanted to say to her. What's the softest way to break someone's heart? We reached the top of the Ferris wheel when it stopped, like it was supposed to. For a moment, our world was frozen on the tip of the world. Hey, can we talk? Words finally found the courage to come out of my mouth. I know exactly what you want to say. Been holding it in for months now, right? That same sincere smile. Should have kept that smile for someone who could love her as she loved me. Not for someone who was about to break her heart. Sorry, I'm sorry. I thought I was ready for this, but I was just pretending. Silly, huh? It's not. It's my fault. I'm sorry. She tried to fake a laugh. Her eyes were wet behind her glasses, bedewed by her tears. She deserved someone better, not me. Sorry. Hey, can you pretend a little bit longer too? At least, not up here. Please. I cursed the universe for letting her love the wrong person. I cursed myself for letting her love me. The Ferris wheel creaked softly, signaling its movement. This time, downward. How can you break someone's heart nicely? Just let them down slowly. Yeah. I mean, this one's really sad, because she said for months. He's been thinking about it for months, and she knows. Oof. That's harsh, man. Reminds me of the amount of times I playing Crash Bandicoot on stream. I'd be like, oh my god, Deck is so amazing at this. Immediately does something dumb and dies. Yeah. I curse the universe for letting her love the wrong person. Ouch, that's very emo Doctor Who energy. Yeah, it is. I mean, it was beautifully written, but that one was sad. Just let them down slowly, like on a Ferris wheel. I mean, that's what the last line was, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know if, like, a romantic two of us alone moment is the best way to break up with someone. Right. Someone's just arrived. Good evening. Oh. I was all excited, and it's just you. Officer, welcome. Hey, Hawk. How you doing? Are we gonna get more lore? Also, when I loaded the game today, the progress bar is still only at like a quarter, so I'm just gonna assume it's broken. Because obviously we made progress yesterday. Lore from the lore. Yeah, nice. Officer? Oh. Sorry. First ex I broke up with me via note on Valentine's Day. Then again, this was a middle school relationship. Yeah, okay, you can forgive a little bit on middle school, I think. That's still kind of crappy, though. Your voice gets gruffer every time you do his voice. Well, it's because I'm trying to separate it and trying to make sure it's, like, distinct enough, especially from, like, Hyde. Because to me, they all sound pretty much the same. I got broken up with in church once. Wow. I got broken up with via quite a formal email once. And we were like 12, 13 as well. It was like so unnecessarily formal. I also got broken up with once by Facebook status. An email, honestly, right? So I didn't even get broken up with, I just went on Facebook after having a nap because I was really ill. And, my status had been changed, or their status had changed to single, so mine had obviously changed as well. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's that. I got broken up with by the church. I mean, I'm gay and disabled, you fill in the blanks, mood. My bestie got broken up with on Twitter. Oof. Yeah, no, I was like really ill. So I just went on Facebook after I woke up and it was like, so-and-so has changed their relationship status to single. And someone had commented, oh my god, are you okay? And she'd commented underneath, surprisingly chipper. And I was like, oh. Okay then. Guess I'm single. That was a fun one. Right? So rough. I mean, whatever. Tis what it is. Oh, that story gets worse, believe me. Believe me, that gets worse. Someone tried breaking up with me over text and I called her up immediately because despite my phone anxiety, I was like, nope, you aren't dumping me by text. You say it out loud. Nice. Broke up with someone via text once. I really didn't mean to, but yeah. I think we've all probably done it, and like it really depends on the circumstances and like how old you were at the time, and you know, a lot of factors. I don't think breaking up by text is like the cardinal sin that a lot of people act like it is. Like if you've been with someone for like years and you just go, oh, I can't be fucking bothered, I'm gonna dump them by text, fine. That is shitty. But, like, there's a lot of grey area, I think. Broke up with someone via text because you wanted to meet and she refused. So, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, what else are you meant to do then? That's not, I wouldn't blame you for that. I don't think that's your fault at all. Like, you tried to do it the right way, she wouldn't let you. Are you just meant to stay with her forever out of politeness because you don't want to break up with her by text even though she'll never see you in person again? Yeah, no. I'm sorry it was a shit show though, that sounds crappy. I got broken up with when she got dropped off by her new partner. Oh. Oh. Is that the person I think it is? The one who got really freaked out when you changed your profile picture to have me in it, even though we were just friends? Was that one? Because honestly, if it was, fuck that bitch. That is ice cold. Honestly, that gave me psychic damage. What the fuck? We all got strays with that one, seriously. Honestly. No, the one before her. Okay, okay. I mean, still fuck that bitch. I didn't like that one. All of us just went, oh, out loud, honestly. Oh, that is grim. Okay, well, I need to well, I don't think I'm gonna one-up you, but, the Facebook one. So, after finding out I was now single, we talked about it a little bit, and it transpired that she'd gone on holiday for 2 weeks on a cruise with her parents. Obviously, I knew about this. And on that cruise, she cheated on me with 4 different people, including, well, not including, separately a 5th person, like 4 as in fully had sex with. The 5th person she gave a handjob to for a cigarette. She doesn't smoke. So she dumped me so that she could continue, like, sleeping around, which is fine. Like, if that's, you know, no judgment there on the number or anything, but she dumped me so she could keep doing that and not have it classed as cheating and not be the bad guy. Like, I have, even though she did cheat, yeah, exactly. She was like, well, I'm kind of the bad guy now, so if I break up with you now and keep doing that shit, I'm not the bad guy anymore, so it's fine. 4 different people in the space of 2 weeks to cheat on someone is insane, but I have no judgment on the fact that she slept with 4 different people. Like, that's, you know, whatever, sleep with as many people as you want, I don't care. That's none of my business, and I'm certainly not going to judge people for a body count. But, yeah, not when you're in a monogamous relationship, right? That doesn't work. It doesn't work like that, considering she'd already done it on a cruise with her parents. Ugh. And yeah, then her breaking up with me to not be the bad guy, she did it via relationship status on Facebook. Like, didn't even there was no contact to me directly at all for this breakup. It was like a third-party drive-by breakup. Some in-betweeners level shit. I hope it was a big boat. It probably was, because her parents were rich as fuck. The only saving grace, a drive-by dumping, it was! The only saving grace was that we hadn't been together that long. It was like 2 or 3 months. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't gut-wrenching. I was okay, because it wasn't, like, super long relationship or anything. That was the only saving grace. But everything else in that is just like, you could not have done this worse if you tried. Could not have done that worse if you'd fucking tried. Oh, man. And then, super weird, I started dating someone else, like, this was like 2 years later, I started dating someone else, and she messaged me like, oh, I know them, they're really cool, good for you, and I was like, what the fuck, bitch, who asked? Are you thinking about sex in the presence of your parents? Honestly, ugh. My bad ex took half our friend group in the divorce and misgendered me a bunch. Ugh, gross, no. The awkward thing is when your friends date your ex. Most of my friends dated my first ex-boyfriend. Oh. Wow. Most of your friends dated your first ex-boyfriend? What the fuck? I mean, you know, with the queer community, it is a little bit incestuous. We do all kind of date each other at some point. But not... I know them, good tongue. Pull their hair and slap their ass, they love it. I don't think they'd had I think maybe they went on a date, but that was it. I don't think there was anything else there. I mean, not that it would matter anyway, but... But it was just so weird. It was like 2-3 years later and they just messaged me and I was like, bitch, no one asked you. What the fuck, man? Yeah, so I think, especially with the queer community, there's a little bit of leeway for, like, dating your friends' exes and stuff. And also being friends with your exes, because we all kind of do that. Especially if you do it, like, if it's, like, an in-person group. Maybe not so much now that everyone's, like, online a lot more. But certainly, you know, like, when I was a teenager / early 20s, you know, you find your kind of core group of queer friends and you all date each other and you all sleep with each other and, you know, I'm dating my ex's sibling. Yeah, it just kind of happens. But obviously it depends on, like, why you broke up, who that person is, like, you know, don't be friends with your friend's ex, let alone date them if they were shitty to them. You know, it doesn't matter if they're nice to you. If they're shitty to your friend, fuck off. Amicable breakup, platonic partners with my partner, yeah, exactly. That's totally different. That's fine. I think that's fine. For context, this was when you thought you were a girl. Yeah. And also, like, you know, the longevity of it as well. Like, if you dated someone for, like, 5 years and you were, like, really serious and then you break up and then, like, a couple of months later your friend's like, yeah, I'm gonna date them. That's a longer conversation, you know? I'm not saying you can't date someone that someone you know has previously dated. Obviously, I disagree with that, but yeah. Did I tell you I saw that ex at the anime con I was working at? You did not, really? Oh god, that's grim. What happened? Did anything happen? Are you okay? Still good friends with my ex. Only reason we broke up is because she realised she wasn't cut out for a romantic long-distance relationship, which I respect. Exactly, yeah. Plague Doctor, who was in chat yesterday, is my ex. We dated for a few months, when I was 19-ish? 18, 19? And we had some rocky times after that, trying to kind of navigate the space of not being in a relationship anymore. But we're still really good friends. You know, I posted a video the other day of me and Mel, like, walking together, and I put a song on the background. The song was literally a song by my ex, my high school ex, so, you know, slightly different, like, not like a proper heavy relationship. I mean, obviously teenage relationships are very heavy, but, like, we didn't live with each other or anything is what I'm saying. You know, she was, like, my first love or whatever. But we're still good friends, and completely platonic now. We're both in very happy relationships now. And you know, she's an amazing musician and I love to support her. Like, it's cool. I had class with this ex and told him I'm trans and he just said, I know. Like, you didn't think to tell me before I found this out. Oh my god. I mean, it's a balancing act with that as well, I think. Like, you can't tell someone what they are before they're ready to accept it or hear it or discover it themselves. And not just about being trans, about being queer in any kind of way, you know? The ex I just mentioned, the musician, she identified as bisexual for a very long time. And then she came out as lesbian, I don't know, a couple of years ago now. And obviously she told people in person first, because on her, like, Facebook status or whatever where she did it, she had to preempt comments and be like, please don't say that you knew, because how could you know when I didn't know? So obviously loads of people have been like, well, duh, obviously you're a lesbian, like, and I really hate that. I do. Like, no. You can't decide what someone is before they're ready to know. You can have an inkling and think, maybe that person's, you know, a bit that, or maybe they're a little, I'm getting slightly egg vibes, but that's not for you to decide, you know? Nothing happened. I walked past her a few times, and when I was on the merch stall, she apparently glared at me, according to the person I was sat with. Ugh. Fuck that bitch. That's also why I hate the whole, if you stay friends with your ex, you're gonna cheat with them stuff. No. No, you're not. No, no, no. I'm still on good terms with most of my exes except the one. Yeah, I'm on good terms with, you know, I was trying to think of like a percentage. There's some I don't talk to, there's some I do. Yeah. I don't think being friends with your ex is like a red flag like some people think it is. I'm no longer friends with my ex because my friend's ex-girlfriend cheated on her with him. Ew. No, that's... yeah, no. You don't need to explain why you're not friends with an ex. Like, if you're not, I trust your judgment. I just say someone pings my gaydar if I think they might be queer. Yeah, exactly. Like, you get a vibe. You might not be right, you might be wrong, and that's fine. But you don't get to decide for that person. Someone I know, a writer, TTRPG guy, came out as bi, and everyone was like, whoa, so shocking, but I genuinely thought it was already a known thing. It was weird. That is weird. Yeah, you gotta let the person figure it out for themselves. Like, if they ask you about it and open that discussion, you can, like, give them a nudge, of course. But don't, like, just go over to someone and be like, hey, I think you're gay, deal with that, sort that shit out. I'm bisexual, yeah, we knew, didn't you already say that? Yeah. Plague Doctor, actually, when I said, hey, so I think I might be autistic, they immediately text me back, well, duh. I might be autistic. You didn't know? I mean, I guess a lot of that is kind of societal and... you know, the thing with abstracts, such as thoughts, and the way you process things in your brain, you know, you don't know for sure whether you're doing it the same way as someone else until you know for sure, you know? So I guess, like, for me, and probably a lot of other people, it doesn't really occur to me that I'm doing it differently to everyone else until it suddenly occurred to me, you know? You don't immediately think, hey, I'm different from everyone else. Well, you do think you're different, but you don't really know why. You don't immediately go, it's because of that. And then suddenly it hits you, it's because of that, and you're like, oh, that makes sense. I recently went, oh, I got tested for ADHD and they recommended autism screening as well. And I really had to fight the comment, yeah, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of overlap with ADHD and autism. ADHD is like, what is it, 60% of people who have one have the other, or something like that? Or is it 60% of people with autism have ADHD? I don't think it's quite the same statistic the other way. Which unfortunately does lead to a lot of people thinking they have ADHD when they're actually autistic, and like misdiagnosing autism symptoms as ADHD, because there's a lot of like big creators especially who are diagnosed as ADHD but aren't diagnosed as autism because they haven't bothered to look into that. So everything they do, they probably have autism as well, but they assign all of it to ADHD, and then like you get this whole misinformation thing of what autism and ADHD actually are, what the differences are. And that's why people nowadays seem to, you know, just be like, well, they're kind of the same thing, aren't they? No, they're not. It's just that, unfortunately, a lot of people kind of only have the one diagnosis and haven't looked into the other. You know? I think I might be on the spectrum, but I honestly have no idea. Well, have you ever done any of the online tests or anything? Obviously, they're not like a surefire way, but, you know, I tend to assume if someone says, hey, I haven't been officially diagnosed, but I think I'm autistic, I'm pretty sure, or ADHD or whatever, then yes, okay, I accept that, because I don't think there's anybody who doesn't have autism especially, but ADHD as well, who has done that, like, extensive research into it and decided they have it, and, like, you know, like, that's an autistic thing to do. Hey, I might have autism, let me investigate and learn everything about it. That's such an autistic thing to do. So if you've done that, then I accept that you're probably autistic. Yes, I did an ADHD online thing and got highly likely. Well, there you go. Well, I don't know if you want an official diagnosis, but if you do, get on the waitlist as soon as possible, because it's like 3+ years at this point. I mean, it might be different where you are, because obviously we're in different regions of the country, but, yeah. You want to get on there as soon as possible, it's going to take forever. Yeah, it's the whole ADHD can cause sensitivity to noises or smells or sights. No, bestie, that's the tism again. Exactly, yes, exactly. Like, oh, I have ADHD, so I do this, this, and this. And I'm like, no, you do have ADHD, of course you do. But that is not ADHD, that's something else. Oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry. Should we actually play some of the game? Sorry. My mind is... Ooh, that was weird. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now. I couldn't quite decide what pitch I was going for there, so I tried to do all of them at once. People get so angry when you go, no, that's a different thing. Like, I'm not being a dick, I'm defending my autism. Yeah. I don't know. No worries. Work issues? What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. You're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Hawk. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute and I'm feeling out of my depth. You talking about your recent patrols? Yeah. Been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple of days. People keep calling me a class traitor and it's making me think about life. Let me guess, he lost his lighter. Oh my god. Well, if he's lost it again, he fucking can't have it back. Keep getting dirty looks from these guys with blue shoelaces. I don't know why. Oh, I see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrared's caught a couple of blurry things. He ran off, turned a corner, and then disappeared. I have ADHD, and growing up female, I was diagnosed as a kid, and most girls don't get diagnosed until their teens. I guess I had symptoms that are most common in boys, I'm not sure. That's, like, yeah, that is rare. That's amazing. Well, I'm glad you got diagnosed early. I didn't get diagnosed, well, I'm still on the waitlist for ADHD. I didn't get diagnosed with autism until I was, like, 25? I did try and get a screening earlier than that, but my doctor literally, like, dead in the eye, looked at me, totally serious, and said, "You don't have autism because girls don't get autism." And that was, like, you know, 6 years ago or something. It was recent. So yeah, I was like wrong on both counts there, buddy, because I'm not a girl, and also I do have autism. Honestly, well, that's the thing. Like, I can't remember who said it to me. I was having it was an interesting conversation about autism, and it was like we were talking about the fact that women don't get diagnosed with it. I mean, obviously it's changing slowly, thankfully, but look at, like, the stereotypical woman. You know, like back in the 50s or whatever. Well, I don't even know if it is most common in boys. I think it's just that people just don't understand how it shows in girls as much yet, that's all. Stereotypically feminine behaviour, exactly, like keeping the house clean and tidy, like keeping everything really ordered and structured, having a very specific schedule that you stick to every single day. Like, they're very autistic traits. But because that's just what you do to be a good homemaker, people don't really consider it that autistic behaviour because, yeah, being meek, being quiet, liking housework, exactly, yes, exactly. You mean like how all women in the 50s had depression? Honestly, though. In reality, it's a level shot all across the spectrum. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Masking goes hand in hand with proper feminine training. Also that, yeah, women are trained from birth to be seen and not heard, you know, to not make a scene, to not be hysterical. It's masking. That's what they're doing. So, yeah, I'm glad. I don't think it should have taken this fucking long, but I'm glad it's finally changing. Could have been anything, like rats or cats. Neither fits with what I heard on the scene. The 60s were right around the corner. That's true. They just had to hold out for a couple of years. Footsteps, you know? The laughter. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. We can. Thank you for clarifying, Goth. I see. Ooh, update. You know why the satyrs from France are more musical than the ones from America? Because they have French horns. Sorry, not sorry. Oh my god. Lucas, are you okay? So what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Hawk, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see. Oh? What about them? It turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Oh, yeah, we're familiar, trust me. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be referred to as such. Oh, The fairies, yeah. I love apolitical games, yeah! That mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. Back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. No allegories here, nothing to see here. No, we're just talking about fairies. Oh, why would you repost that clip, Roofer? And that includes apparitions. Apparitions? Yeah. Apparitions like ghosts. Yeah, I know what apparitions means. Ghosts? Ghosts! I see. What do you mean, I see? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. Bud, come on. Don't bud me, cop. Ghosts don't exist. Do they? As if they do. All I can think about is that damn tree now. Mate, you spoke to a banshee the other day, right? 50% of the people you interact with have horns coming out of their face and you don't believe in ghosts? The giggle part he said was funny. My brain just went, oh no, child ghosts. Don't expect the cop to be smart. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, especially with banshees and stuff, because they literally say, like, they're, like, half in the spirit realm. AKA, there's a spirit realm. Alright, Goth. Oh, right, the tree. Does that mean it's haunted? I don't think it's haunted. I think it is the spirit, no? It could be. Don't get how you can be so calm about this. Well, I didn't remove the tree like an asshole. And I don't park my car where that person was killed by a car. So I'm fine. Oh, we have weird customers, so... People say they don't believe in ghosts until they see it for themselves. Yeah, I guess so. But you'd think in a world that's a bit more kind of mythical, you know? Yeah, Georgie buddy, I'm an alien time traveler, like, I believe in fucking everything. Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world, even. Like me. Like me and my daddy. Sometimes, literally. You're right. Guess you're not the one who's being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own peccadillos. True that. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts? It's because of all the young black children I've shot. Oof. I'm sorry, that was too real. That was too real. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking at the uniform and it just triggered something in me. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Everyone has their own pack of dildos. I mean, sure, why not? Thank you for the mindfulness minute. Yes, good point. Oh, yeah, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I like to keep the stream light if I can, but that really got to me. Oh. Let's turn the music down so we can have a mindfulness minute. Not incorrect, but oh my god. Yeah, no, exactly. I'm not wrong. But yeah. Maybe shouldn't have said that. Keep it light. The moment he realized he had a conversation with a banshee just the other day. Honestly. Right. Let's have a mindfulness minute. Let's relax. I mean, to be fair, the mindfulness minute yesterday got a bit real as well, but fingers crossed. We'll see how we go.
Remember to say to yourself, I am really popular. Try to think about these words of wisdom. Holiday camp can in many ways be considered the ministry of truth.
I like that one.
Your ego is obliterating your flesh.
Oh no! My flesh!
Think about threats.
Okay. Do I do anything about the threats, or do I just think about them? Feel my breasts rise and fall. Okay.
How about a friend?
How about a friend?
Force your body to loosen your mind.
What? How about a friend?
Don't stop straightening.
I will stop straightening. I want to be gayer. Fuck that. Okay, last one.
Bend your left nostril against your sphincter.
Bruh. My sphincter. Oh no. Good ending. Yeah, that was a pretty good one to end on. Oh man. I was not ready for the left nostril on the sphincter. I think I need a few more yoga lessons first, honestly. Oh no. Hey! That's gonna be hilarious in about a year when we've totally forgotten the context. I mean, it's already funny, but... Oh, crikey. I needed that, thank you. That is a great quote, and I love that it's 69. It is iconic.
Gosh, no. That's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway.
It's understandable.
All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts.
Oh? I'm keeping the ad-libs to a minimum right now so I don't say something awful again. Awful but true.
Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Hawk. But that's all I'm willing to share. For now.
Okay, thanks for sharing.
You know, it's funny. My grandpa was very into this stuff. So is my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown.
Oh, you're making it so hard not to make more horrible jokes.
Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just, with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble.
Uh-huh. I see. I'm not gonna say that, because it doesn't make sense. He doesn't like things he can't shoot. Honestly. Dude, I'm scared of the unknown. That's fair. I mean, yeah, not knowing is scary, inherently. That's totally fair.
They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know, the Zen rock garden thing from Japan. They understand the Zenness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know?
I think you almost got it.
Yeah? But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours.
I am now too holding back some comments. Yeah, he's not making it easy, dude. Or he is making it easy, and that's the problem.
Too bad he passed away before she was born.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be.
Why not? Scott just looks so done with his job. Yeah.
On that note, Hawk, you've seen my lighter, right?
Yeah, because you keep fucking leaving it here. I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes.
My bad. That thing was originally my grandpa's. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said. In more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from.
His ghost is in the lighter. I mean, possibly. Ah.
That time he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far.
Now the government ignores him. Yeah.
So it was a good location for him with all the veteran support nearby and all. Unlike every other veteran who was just left to fend for themselves and live in a tent.
Right.
Now about that street. You see, my grandpa liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room.
Why is his room bleak? Give him a fucking painting. Jesus.
So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place.
That's what I was thinking. That's where I thought this was going, yes.
There are all kinds of beings there, along with their pets, from all walks of life.
Give him a painting. Honestly.
Why, he had a lot of stories about the craziest things.
Ah, I see.
You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. You take a guess what it is?
You mean...
Bourne Street, uh-huh. It wasn't called that before, that's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away.
Welcome back. Ghostington Lane, that's the one.
But I went through his files and I checks out.
Does that mean the vendors he was talking about?
Bingo. You know what? He bought the lighter there.
Oh wow, what a coincidence.
Are you sure it's only a coincidence?
I much prefer looking at Gotham the pig. I mean, we all do. I'm just casually disrespecting his grandpa by leaving the lighter. Honestly, I mean, I think the lighter has some kind of, maybe not sentience, but power or something, so it's not strictly his fault, but he's a cop, so I'm gonna blame him anyway. What do you mean?
Come on. Ain't no way they're just coincidences, Hawk.
It's like the One Ring. Yeah.
Everything is lining up too perfectly, if you ask me.
Uh-oh.
Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit, out of everyone's.
Right.
And my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, you see.
Right.
Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of the case? Me! Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market. Information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own.
I think it's super weird that no one can remember this stuff. Like, I get that it's not something you would think about on a daily basis, but everyone forgot? Is there something going on there, do you think? Like some kind of spell or magic or something? I don't know. Right.
And now we know why I kept on losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me.
Well, if you list them all in order like that.
I'm telling you, Hawk, that place is calling for me.
I was just saying, Carter, like, it's weird that everyone has forgotten it, you know? Like, Gala didn't remember it either. You're just forgetful. I think Georgie needs a holiday. I think Georgie needs to actually go home and spend time with his family for once.
I'm telling you, Hawk, that place is calling for me.
But the Banshee does remember it, but she's like half in and out of the spirit world, so maybe she's like immune to some kind of, I don't know, or a resignation. I wonder if it's like when a fae dies, your memories of them fade. Maybe, yeah. Because even if they did change the street name, like if you visited your granddad there all the time because he was a veteran, wouldn't you remember that it was the same place? Like, it's weird that he doesn't... I don't know. Georgie, have you considered starting a life of crime? We'd like you a lot more.
This case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy.
He's a cop, he does that anyway. That is a good point, yeah.
Just really bad at dealing with spooks.
What, like MI5, or...?
They made me question everything I've ever known, you know?
But I've always thought you were pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. That is a fucking... That's a loaded comment if I ever read one.
Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows?
Gotta call Sam and Dean for that shit. Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep.
Huh? What's that?
No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch.
Yeah?
The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme. From local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you.
Oh?
I know we're in the middle of a conversation, but I really need to have a bio break, because I've been drinking a lot of water. And it's gone right through me. So I'm gonna have a quick break. Have a drink, have a stretch, look after yourselves, and I'll see you all in a couple of minutes. Thank you for doing that, Carter. You beat me to it. Hey Rick, welcome in, bud. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Right, let's do this drink. Oh, Goth, you did miss an amazing mindfulness minute, I'm just letting you know. It's something like a protection drink. It's just a condom in a cup. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Thank you. I think it was like 106 actually.
Protection from what, though?
From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit?
Ah, gotcha. But Hawk, even if the whole situation is, haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits.
Why?
Right?
I wouldn't know. But I might need your lighter.
What for?
Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give it that extra magic boost it needs. Compared to just using a regular flame, I mean. And a slew of other ingredients you're better off not knowing about, officer, exactly. Those are all the illegal ones we're not going to mention.
What are you gonna make me, anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here.
Thank you. Okie dokie, thank you.
Okay then, make me this magical drink you've learned, Hawk.
So, coffee, honey, lemon. Boop. Ooh. That looks cool.
Oh wow. Drink does light up, huh?
Yep, this is special just for you. So, don't tell anybody.
Roger that.
Here you go. Careful.
Dang, Hawk. This is really something else. Sure it's okay to drink?
I have no idea. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens.
I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Hawk.
So which of these three ingredients do you think was flammable? I guess honey, because it's got sugar in it? But we did say there were other ingredients we just didn't mention, so... maybe one of the ingredients was just straight up lighter fluid?
You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better.
Don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can. Cough syrup, yeah.
Thanks. Man. At least with crooks you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions.
I'm skipping straight over that. Ooh. Not with that attitude. New person. Exciting. Boop. No, that one. Thank you.
Huh?
I really want to make him Scottish, but I don't know if I can, like, consistently do the accent. do it. Oh no. Who's this lad? I don't know. Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Something like that, you know? It's bad. It's bad. Does he look like Dan Howell as an otter? I'm sticking with it. Fuck it. I'm only gonna get better. That was very Shrek, was it? Oh no. Oh no, I don't want Shrek. That's not what I want at all. Oh, I was gonna say I'm sticking with it because I'm only gonna get better if I practice, but if it's Shrek, then I definitely don't want to do it. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. No, it's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. Oh no. What should we do instead? Mate, what did you crease? Honestly. Oh, he's called McQueen. Oh no. That means I have to, doesn't it? I'm a real 40s detective voice. Wait, no. Owen Wilson! Oh god, that'll be even worse than my Scottish. I can't do Owen Wilson.
Is that you?
Oh my god, my brain has just blended all accents into my head into one. I can't, like, separate them. Ah! Is this guy Lightning McQueen? I think so. Are we having a crossover? Is this the detective from Darkside Detective? Oh shit! You might be right. You might be right. I thought he looked kind of familiar, but obviously the art style's different. Hang on. Darkside Detective. Yeah, Detective McQueen. It is him. Good spot. Yeah, he did dress like that, you're right. I thought he seemed familiar, but the name didn't click for me at all. Good spot. Oh, ka-chow is because that's what he says in Cars, right? I've not actually seen Cars, so that doesn't really help me, but I vaguely know that. Oh my god, brain, voices, come on. I was just talking to Mel last night about how I'd like to do a couple different ones, because I just get stuck in the same, like, 4, and do slight variations of those. Oh my god, I don't know why my brain is not working today. Well, I do know it's because I haven't really had any sleep, but I don't know what Bugs Bunny sounds like either. I'm sorry, Rufa. A, like, vague notion of how he sounds, I think, but not really. Fuck it, we're sticking with the awful Scottish. I apologise to all Scottish people, including my own family, because I am slightly of Scottish descent. I'm trying. The reason I'm doing a bad Scottish accent is because I want to do a better one. Hello, Williams? Oh no, that was terrible. It's been a while. Comeback gets cancelled by Scotland. Yeah, I can't do Scottish very well. I can't do it consistently enough. It's not gonna work. Okay, oh my god, brain. Think of anything. Jesus. I definitely can't do Welsh. God, I definitely can't do Welsh. I can't do Welsh. I can't really do Irish. Scottish, out of like Irish, Scottish and Welsh, Scottish is my best one. Which should give you an idea about how bad the other two are. Give him a baby talk voice.
It's been a while.
Should we just give him a baby voice for no reason? He looks handsome, I like him. I mean, I like Darkside Detective, it's a good game. Get DJ on Discord to voice him, that would be amazing. I'm literally... I don't know why my brain's just hit a roadblock. Like, it's like I can't remember accents. Like, what they sound like. Oh, his McQueen voice is kind of like your Georgie. Yeah, okay. I don't know, I'll just keep reading it and see what happens, I guess. Do Alan Rickman, I definitely can't go that low.
It is you. Surprises just keep coming this week.
Nope. My brain was like, do anything! And then nothing happened. Let me go over there. I'm just gonna give him a basic me voice. Just relax into it. It's fine. It'll develop as the character develops, I suppose. You know each other?
More or less. We were brunch buddies.
Brunch buddies?
Brunch buddies.
I feel like I'm meant to say brunch buddies in that same serious tone. How the fuck is it almost 5 PM? Oh my gosh. But I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares.
I feel ya. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive.
We were truly the lucky ones.
Without a doubt.
I'll just take both of your words for it. Good. I don't like to talk about it.
So what brings you here, detective? Surely it's not the coffee.
Secret police reasons. Not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems. I mean, yeah, Darkside Detective is the perfect person to deal with supernatural problems. No! Oh, why would you do this? Why would you do this? I'm not having a good brain day today.
One time, Rupert punched me in the face. It was awesome.
Yeah?
You need to bust a ghost?
Oh,
Also, we didn't do accents or anything like that at drama school, so fuck you. Thank you, Carter.
well, bustin' might be a bit much. I was just talking to Hawk about getting over my fear of that stuff.
And ghosts.
Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Bourne Street the other day.
Ah, I remember that.
Huh. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. Even pains me to admit that out loud.
Okay, I straight up don't believe you, but okay. Yeah, a really cop, right? Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times, it's ghosts.
How do you do it, detective? Your cases, I mean. Man, even. I'd have probably lost all my hair by now if I were you.
I try not to think about it all that much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody. That's who.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case, we were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away, but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. Real deadbeat. Couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right?
But there's just one case he can't solve. Racism.
Nice. But the husband, he's caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. I won't go into the technicalities of it. But it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home, all his stuff is still there. It's hard, I get that. So, I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam! Next minute, all this romantic music is playing, and the whole place is lit by a spotlight. Basic sensory illusions, classic ghost tricks. Then, before I know what hit me, I'm sitting at this pottery wheel, and he's behind me, and... Wait. Isn't this the plot of that 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe? We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. Story must have slipped into my subconscious.
Riveting.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He's massive, so I really want to give him like a little baby voice. What is this, a fucking farmyard, right?
Hey, detective.
Yep, he's gonna have a girly voice. Can you do Patrick Warburton? Not really. The closest I get to Patrick Warburton is kind of the voice I do for Gala. Hey, Peter! That's about all I can do for Patrick Warburton. I only do like a little boy voice, I think.
Hey, people I don't know.
Did you get your important errand sorted?
I sure did.
Oh, it's Dooley, of course it is. Duh. Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck to your face.
That's just the rain. It's very... Freddy rain.
There's filling all over your top. It really is them! Yeah, it is! It's Officer Dooley! You finished all your vegetables like a good boy. Yeah.
That's... blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up, though.
You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective. So, what'd I miss?
We're talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts.
Hey. Ghosts?
Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley?
I had no idea. I never met one.
We stopped a ghost riot.
Ghosts are real. So, you don't need to be scared of them. Easy.
There you go, I guess. Sorry, that wasn't much help.
Nah. What you said, that they're just like us, that's a good thing to be reminded of.
Exactly. They used to be alive just like us. As long as they don't try to eat, possess, violently murder you, you should be fine.
Very reassuring.
Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues and spectral wails. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside.
Which should be easy since you can see through them. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts.
It's best not to overthink anything he says. Cops and their donuts, man, right?
I certainly don't. Ha. Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help.
Our pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here.
I already did.
Oh?
Turns out we were meant to arrest the person driving that taxi.
Instead of
taking it all the way to Seattle. Yes.
why?
The driver was a chupacabra.
Okay. Let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer.
Thanks, McQueen. A lot.
I think I don't just hate him for his uniform. Huh, why did you get banned? That's weird.
You too, Officer Dooley. Bye, guy. Good luck with your rat problem or whatever.
This is transphobia, it really is.
Bye, Coffee Wizard.
Take care. I really liked the voice I gave Dooley and I wish he was in it more now because I like doing that voice. Because Dooley isn't in chat. Oh, it only works for chat people. I see. That was quite something. It's alright, Rick.
Well, what do you know, Hawk? Looks like my good luck is back. Feeling like $1,000,000 now.
I'm very glad you do.
Thanks anyway, Hawk.
I really did nothing much. You gonna be okay?
Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next. I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening, alright?
Please keep me updated, officer, and stay safe.
Will do.
Alright then. Maybe I'll go check the stock and... Hmm? Oh hey! Miss Riona, welcome! Hello. How's the traffic out there? It's a mess. There's construction work taking place on Leonora Avenue. Oof. Imagine the gridlock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. I was waiting for the cops to leave, honestly. That's great. I'm happy you're here. So, anything I can make for you this evening? I'd like something for my throat. I'd appreciate a cup of tea infused with some lemon and a touch of honey. What kind of tea? What kind of tea is it, Rupert? Yorkshire Gold. Yorkshire Gold? That wasn't Yorkshire. I can't do accents today. It's just not happening. We'll just accept that. That's alright, Carter. Is it just normal tea then? Tea... lemon and honey. Ah. There we go. Nice one. Thanks, Rick. Cup of warm Midsummer Night's Dream for you, miss. That's what we call it here. How whimsical. It does sound tasty. It's wonderful. Sweet, but well balanced with the lemon, and the slight bitterness of the tea completes the taste. Thank you. You're so very welcome. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds. She's like, I know, I was waiting outside. Is that so? How is he? Pretend I care. I've been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually. Oh? He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. I was tempted to accidentally trip him into a puddle on his way out. That's why he's hard at work at the moment. See. Would you mind doing me a favour? Oh, what do you need? Could you give my contact information to him? We only connected via Bluetooth last time, so... Bluetooth? What fucking decade is this? Oh? Email address and phone number are written on it belong to Riona Sheeran. The voice you gave Riona, aha. Really hot. Thank you. As if she wasn't fuckable enough. What I said a few days ago may have been a bit overwhelming. It's possible that I spoke more than was necessary. All because I couldn't help but feel a pang of bitterness knowing what happened to the tree. What's the stop being horny command again? Bonk? It's either bonk, it might just be horny actually, it might just be exclamation point horny. That's entirely understandable, though. But it is not my intention to interfere with his work. As such, if he requires any assistance, please do let me know. It's the least I could do, as I realize there would be plenty of difficulty obtaining information. Oh, I mean, because Officer Georgie is a human. And we semi-physical beings have our own way of sharing information, as such. I understand what you mean. Okay. I just do not wish to incriminate anything or anyone. It's fine, I get it. I'm glad. Okay. I mean, the door did go twice, so do we have a guest here that we can't see? I've acquired a Bluetooth keycard, so now I can harass you from my couch. Keyboard even keycard, can't bloody read. I'd say you've already helped him out in more ways than one. Hmm? Sorry, did you say something? I was zoning out a little. No, nothing. I'll pass this off to him. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Bad traffic aside, how are you? I'm... To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind of late. As every time I open my mouth, a group of people just appear out of nowhere and start salivating over me. I really don't know what to do about it. I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. You know, I'm all ears. That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid. Pardon? You know, I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years. Is that a good or a bad thing? That sounds exhausting. It's troubling. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just... I used to believe that I had a settled life objective. It's like I'm an important character in a video game. But I have been doubting it lately. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. Ooh, any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance, even though they had no direct connection to the audience I'm trying to reach. I see. She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I am thankful for. That's very thoughtful of her. So, what's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network, to make myself known. Oh? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Bitch, how are you going to be a famous singer if no one knows who you are? I don't understand her problem with this. You can probably guess my concern about it. I think so, but you could give me a refresher. Just so I don't misunderstand. I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak. Because I'm definitely autistic, and that's some black and white thinking right there. Right. She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact. What would that be? Well... Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Because you'll have to do way, way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know? I'd say that's a decent impression of her. Thank you. After that, she told me a story about her earlier career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it is either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. Then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting. Right. I thought it all sounded familiar. Can you try her suggestion then? I don't know. Is it difficult? No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across. And being rejected by every single one of them. But for some reason I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it was more like a necessity. Did something happen? He was... stuck? Ooh, thank you for the hydrate and stretch. Thank you. Good stretch. Pardon? Actually, he posted about it on social media last night. Yes, I remember. Oh? I might have seen it. Fuck those sounds. What, my stretching? What's wrong with my stretching sounds? Did you? came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me, almost immediately. He was loud. All sounds in order. And extremely drunk. Really? He denied it at first, but it was too obvious not to notice. I want to stretch that good. Well, you gotta get us fucked up first to make the difference, you know? You have to really mess up your back, and then the stretch is like extra good, but also very painful. He told me he was walking aimlessly, deep in thought, and entered Kerry Park without realizing he had done so. Must have been some deep thinking. No, that's me. Must have been some deep thinking he was doing, because I think it rained pretty hard last night. Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m. Which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact. He seemed to be unaware of it. Right. So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transit nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab? He told me he wanted to know the city better. At midnight? Well, why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself. Touché. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking. Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different. It appears he had dinner with his team. Yeah, but when I do it, it's cool. I mean, there's a difference between operating a business at night and just wandering off on your own drunk and vulnerable. He needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction. Oh. I see. Suppose it didn't go as expected? Perhaps. I know that feeling all too well. However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise. That's good. Is it, though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career as well, with her teammates. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval for his team for his actions. How can they still be so positive? What do you mean? I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself? But if I truly believed that, with the number of rejections I have received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I? Right, that's why it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards. I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at that moment? How does someone like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that? Perhaps because they don't see it as the be-all and end-all? What do you mean? Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid. That makes sense? It's a matter of perspective as to where the power lies. But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance or assistance even. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say?
Don't psychoanalyze me, game.
I see. Still. Miss Riona? Yes. Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts. You're fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call? I picked him up and drove him home. Whoa! But I thought you're located in Bellevue? I am. But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly nearing the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him. I see. How was his singing, in your opinion? It wasn't too bad. It's not for the fact that he was screaming, if not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that it... Well, his hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so he had to take it off before getting into my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet. Ah. Hope he didn't get sick then. Aside from all that, was he okay? Considering the situation you mentioned earlier, I mean. Well, he happily asked me to do karaoke with him, which I declined. Probably for the best. Could have been entertaining, though. Wet satyr smell. I ended up taking him for a drive, though, as I needed to take care of my unfinished business. Late night delivery? No, I was buying a pie. At midnight? Yes. Why? Concerned you may have a competitor? No, not at all, because I don't fucking sell pie. Maybe a little bit. Oh, Hawk. You'll be fine. Thought I'd want to know just so I can inform Officer Georgie about it. Wait, what? Why? Midnight pies, yes. We should sell pie, yes. Oh? Why? His daughter loves pies. When his car was vandalized, Officer Georgie had plans to buy pies for his family's get-together. But the report took a while, and the weather was bad, and he was clearly avoiding them. By the time he was able to get a taxi, he thought everything was already closed. I see. But he takes pride in being a Seattleite. I wonder if he knows about it already. Well, it is a very small kiosk attached to a pub. Very easy to miss. The spot is known as Disco Pie. It serves fresh pies until 1 AM. Interesting. Good to know, thanks. Getting back to the story, though. You both went for pies, then? Yes, and that seemed to fascinate him for some reason. What did you each get? He ordered a slice of warm apple crumble with a scoop of French vanilla ice cream on top. And a large cup of piping hot coffee with a little bit of milk. Okay, now he's crossed a fucking line. Ouch. Feel betrayed. Truly. Oh. But it was my suggestion. I thought he needed to warm up. Double ouch. I apologize. Well, he was drunk as shit. I'd be mesmerized by pie too, right? I'll live. A little piece of advice, though? A glass of warm water might be better for the inebriated. Coffee's not the best at retaining fluids and thus preventing hangovers. She's too autistic for these jokes, Gamehawk. Oh, that's really good information to know. This is why you are the best barista, Hawk. Thank you. Okay, my feelings are hurt slightly less now. What did you get for yourself? I had a slice of hibiscus blueberry mint pie myself. Oh, fancy. And just so you know, I did not order anything to drink. Damn fucking straight. Good. Drinks aside, what an interesting combination for a pie. How did you like it? I enjoyed it. You serve hibiscus here too, don't you? I'll remember to order it next time. Please do. And so we continued our conversation afterwards. That's a pretty fancy pie for a small stall attached to a pub, honestly. I wonder what kind of pub it is. One of those like really expensive posh ones where you pay £300 for the experience of being poor, but no one is actually poor. You know what I mean? That was when he told me he had not given up on his goal, despite the many disappointments with his team. Yeah, really bougie shit. The pie was like 20 quid, definitely. He also told me why he does not drive at all. Really? Why? It is... Don't tell me if it's private. It's none of my business. On second thoughts, it may be better to hear the story directly from him. Another time. Yeah, fair enough. I apologise. No, don't apologise. It's none of my damn business. No problem, I understand. What are we watching at, Rupa? We also discussed quite a few things we have in common. Really? Yes, surprisingly. And before we knew it, it was already nearing 5 AM. Must have been a gripping conversation. The experience of being poor. You know what I mean? Like, you buy, like, tops with, like, loads of holes in them and stuff, and they look really ratty and tatty, but they cost, like, £300. You know, it's that really quality, expensive shit that rich people buy to look like they're working class. Like, oh, we're going to a pub. How fucking normie is that? But everything's like 50 quid. I'm not sure. However, his exhaustion seemed to finally catch up with him then, so I drove him home. Aren't you tired as well? No. I should go now. Alright. You be okay? I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Hawk. No problem at all. Anytime. Have a good evening then, Hawk. Come back again soon. Alrighty. I'm gonna actually leave it there today. I'm not gonna go into details, but like I said earlier, I'm having kind of a bad brain day, and I think I just need to go curl up and feel sorry for myself for a little bit. So let's just get the headlines, then we'll save the game, and then we'll see who's online for a raid. Thanks, Carter. Thanks, Goth. At least it's pretty? Researcher responds over alleged algae invasion. Dwarfira Tech teams up with Golemix Industries to produce self-healing concrete technology. Self-healing concrete? What does that mean? Alien sightings increase. Is this an invasion? No, they're just having a nice time. Thanks, Rick. I'll be alright. Oh, you got a little teddy? Hello. Right, save game. And let's see who's on. Oops, I opened Steam by accident. Didn't mean to do that. Streamer Pal of Goth and I is doing a subathon. Might be a good raid. Sure. Yeah, why not? Who's that? Long Fang neck. Oh my god, go away, Steam. Long Fang 91. Oh, Dredge is so good. I really want to play it. I watched someone else play it, but I want to play it for myself. It looks so good. I love games like that where you can just chill out and collect stuff and like let the story unfold in its own time, you know? So good. Hey Melly, we're just wrapping up. As always, thanks everyone for hanging out. Apologies for the slightly shorter stream today. Enjoy the rest of your time zone. Oh, playing Dredge. I would love to, honestly. Everyone says hi, bye. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!